This exclusive school is meant solely for the offspring of tycoon families, yet it harbors a terrifying secret within. This girl happened to witness a murder at a prestigious school. Just as she was about to report it to the police, a man made her an offer. If she kept quiet, they would grant her a scholarship to the most prestigious school in Korea. For a poor girl like Hyen, this was a dream beyond her imagination, and she agreed instantly. Little did she know, this decision would change her life completely. A few months prior, Hyen was just a poor schoolgirl with dreams of escaping poverty. She despised living in destitution and worked part-time every day to cover her living expenses. An excellent student, Hyen also tutored outside of class. This time, her student was a prestigious young lady preparing for the entrance exam to an international school named Naeon. Entering the magnificent villa, she felt overwhelmed. The parents, known for being stingy and showy, had hired her to help their daughter boost her math scores, but not to work too hard. Hyen only needed to improve 1 or 2 points. The rest would be taken care of by money. After discussing with the parents, Hyen quickly ran to her night shift at the convenience store, leaving her no time to rest and leading to physical weakness. Despite working hard, she barely had enough to pay for tuition. The school had organized a study abroad course, but there was no cost support. If she wanted to go, she had to pay 3,500,000 won, an enormous sum for her family. Today marked Nan's first lesson. However, she was preoccupied with taking pictures in front of the mirror, which made Hyen uncomfortable. Naeon innocently asked if her bag was beautiful. Curiously, Hyen asked why she had 2 identical bags, and upon learning their value, she was shocked. They each cost more than 3 million won, enough to cover her study abroad costs. Hyen criticized Nan's wasteful spending, but for the noble young lady, this was a trivial expense. Nan expressed disdain for poor people, saying they could never afford such bags even after a lifetime of work. The next day, Hyen arrived early for the lesson. While waiting for Nan, she tried on the branded bag and took a photo, not expecting it to become famous so quickly. Many students at school discussed her family's apparent wealth, as only rich people could afford such limited edition bags. The post went viral, surprising even Hyen. From then on, people were divided. Some thought she was a poor fake, others believed she was lying. Determined to live as a lady of the sand, Hyen arrived half an hour early every day, taking advantage of the time to snap photos with luxury items. She posted many such photos but never wore them to school, explaining that she earned her own money since childhood and these expensive items were gifts from her parents. Her friends admired her, saying she could make money by posting ads. To afford school, she risked her life wearing more expensive outfits. However, while trying on the international school's uniform, Nan suddenly returned. Hyen quickly hid under the bed. Nan got angry when she couldn't find her uniform, and Hyen's phone alert rang. Curious, Nan checked it and was surprised to see Hyen had posted photos of her belongings. Knowing she couldn't escape, Hyen crawled out to face Nan, who angrily demanded why she had deceived her. Nan threatened to tell her mother, scaring Hyen into begging her to keep the secret. Nan took the opportunity to make Hyen her personal henchman, having her do homework and carry shopping bags. With final exams approaching, Hyen had less time for herself but always had to serve Nan. Enduring it for a month, on the day of the final exam, Hyen received a frantic call from Nan, saying she had forgotten her file and would be eliminated without it. Threatening to reveal Hyen's deception, Nan forced her to retrieve the file. Hyen ran to the house, found the documents, and dashed back to school, only to overhear Nan revealing to a friend that it was all a game to torment her. Angry and humiliated, Hyen missed an important exam. The pent-up pressure caused her to break down in tears. Taking a deep breath to regain composure, a female student approached, surprised at their resemblance. Discovering a note stuck on her back, Hyen realized her friend was also bullied. Angrily tearing away the note, she wondered why people still bullied others. Hugging a bucket of water, she resolved the conflict, realizing she was an outsider who didn't know the school's layout. The story takes an unexpected turn when Hyen crosses paths with Jana, a dominant presence at the school, right after Jana leaves the physical room. Boldly, Hyen asks Jana for directions to the admission interview. Jana, taken aback, questions, "Do you even know who I am?" But Hyen, oblivious to her arrogance and preoccupied with finding the interview room, brushes it off. Soon after, Hyen approaches the reception desk, bucket of water in hand, her cold demeanor intimidating everyone. The receptionist hesitantly points her to the interview room. Inside, the interview proceeds calmly until Hyen shocks the room by dumping the bucket of water on Nan, the interviewer's daughter. Chaos ensues as the interview is abruptly cancelled. Enraged, Nan's mother storms into the school, accusing Hyen of ruining her daughter's enrollment prospects and threatening to take legal action. Hyen, desperate, pleads with the teacher for another chance, but she's denied. The situation escalates when Nan's family creates a scene and rumors spread that Hyen is pretending to be wealthy. In a single day, her reputation collapses, with peers mocking her relentlessly and forming cliques to humiliate her. Reaching her breaking point, Hien storms out of class, only for a classmate to grab her arm and demand an apology to everyone. Hien ignores the taunts, determined to focus on resolving the mess she created. She meets with the principal to request leniency for Nan's admission, fearing a lawsuit, but the principal coldly denies her plea and asks her to leave. Defeated, Hien retreats to the bathroom to cry, unaware that the receptionist from earlier is hiding nearby, skipping class to smoke. He hears her sobs but hesitates to approach. When he finally steps out, Hien is startled and furious, accusing him of being in the women's restroom. He explains he was hiding due to rumors of the bathroom being haunted. Recognizing her, he attempts to lighten the mood, but Hien isn't in the mood for jokes. That night, determined to set things right, Hien sneaks into the school to wait for the principal by his car. Exhausted, she falls asleep, only to wake up at 2 a.m., alone in the schoolyard. As she prepares to leave, a horrifying scream pierces the silence, and she discovers the body of a student who had fallen from the rooftop, the same girl she had met earlier in the restroom. The police arrive to secure the scene, and a shaken Hien reveals she saw a shadow on the rooftop. This tragedy marks a turning point for her, as the incident sends shockwaves through the school. Determined to protect the school's reputation, the principal orders the event to be kept under wraps. Hien, still shaken, returns home to find Nan's mother, who thanks her for somehow convincing the principal to admit Nan and withdraw the lawsuit. Confused, Hien later receives a text from the principal, urging her to stay silent about the rooftop incident in exchange for admission for both her and Nan. Though this seems like a chance to rebuild her life, Hien struggles with the moral weight of the situation. Meanwhile, the rooftop victim, now hospitalized, clings to life with little hope of recovery. Her best friend, distraught, reveals that the victim had no allies at school and it had been tormented by bullies. Together, they had faced relentless harassment, including being thrown into a lake by the school's powerful clique. At the top of this social hierarchy is Jana, who rules the school with impunity. Her close-knit group, consisting of influential students, including the principal's son, wields power over both students and teachers. Jana openly defies authority, even arguing with teachers in class, and has orchestrated the expulsion of many students who displeased her. In stark contrast, Hien becomes an easy target for the group's cruelty, enduring daily humiliation and relentless bullying. Today marked Hien's final day at her current school, leaving everyone stunned when they learned that her next destination was a prestigious international academy known for catering to the elite. On Hien's first day at the new school, she was astounded by the extravagant facilities, from state-of-the-art classrooms to luxurious amenities like a private gym and swimming pool. Visiting the teacher's office to collect her ID card, she was startled to encounter the receptionist she had met earlier. He appeared just as surprised to see her in uniform, but Hien chose to ignore him. Suddenly Doan, the principal's son, appeared, pulling Hien aside. She was perplexed by his actions, as they had never met before, but Doan confidently declared, "Now we do." Doan led her to a secluded spot in the schoolyard. The unexpected romantic gesture left Hien flustered as he introduced himself and assured her of his support if she ever needed help. Intrigued, Hien later checked his social media and discovered he already had a girlfriend, leaving her puzzled about his intentions. Shrugging it off, she turned her focus back to finding her locker. However, strange looks from her peers unnerved her, and when she finally located her locker, she froze. Inside was a pair of new shoes accompanied by a chilling message, "Welcome to hell." Laughter erupted from the surrounding students as Hien slammed the locker shut and hurried to her classroom. Entering the classroom, Hien was immediately confronted by a group of male students demanding to know how she dared to challenge Jana. As the crowd grew hostile, she fled, with Jana's juniors chasing after her. Desperate, Hien ran straight to the principal's office, accusing him of allowing such bullying. However, the principal remained indifferent, reminding her that their agreement was limited to a scholarship. Her personal troubles were not his concern. Feeling abandoned, Hien resolved to endure, as returning to her old school was not an option. Later, Hien attempted to sneak into her classroom through a window to avoid confrontation but was ambushed by Jana and her gang. Jana taunted her, asking how she enjoyed the welcome before threatening her. However, Hien retaliated with a bold slap, shocking everyone and using the chaos to escape. She was saved by a student named Cheyenne, who lent her a pair of old shoes and advised her to be cautious. Hien thanked her and left, though the sense of dread lingered. As Jana's gang resumed their search, Hien texted Doan for help, but Jana's juniors cornered her first. In a desperate move, she leapt from the second floor, causing a commotion. Luckily, Doan arrived just in time to rescue her, his presence alone deterring the juniors. On the rooftop, Hien expressed her gratitude, but Doan shifted the conversation to the victim who had fallen from the same spot. Disappointed, Hien realized his earlier kindness was calculated. He had approached her because of her connection to the incident. Observing the bracelet he wore, a belonging of the victim, Hien coldly asked what he would offer if she revealed the truth. The next day, gossip spread as Hyun arrived at school with Doan, their closeness sparking curiosity and jealousy. Even Jaina seemed unsettled by the shift in attention. Hyun's reputation, once tarnished, began to transform. Students who once bullied her now looked at her with awe, but Hyun knew this newfound admiration came with its own challenges. This newfound attention made Jae visibly uncomfortable, as Hyun quickly became a hot topic at school. Hostile gossip soon turned into admiration, even among Doan's close friends, who found it hard to believe. Meanwhile, the female students announced a special upcoming party, an exclusive event for the girls. Naturally, as the girlfriend of the school's male god, Hyun received an invitation. When her peers teased her arrogance, Hyun confidently agreed to attend. On the day of the party, Hyun entered the venue radiating confidence in her elegant attire, only to be taken aback by the party's opulent setting. Her discomfort grew when a girl deliberately bumped into her, nearly ruining her white dress with wine. Mocking her, the girls left, but not before another attendee approached, claiming to be Doan's friend. Trusting this stranger, Hyun extended her hand for support. That's when Jaina, dazzling in her outfit, made her grand entrance. To Hyun's shock, the so-called friend released her grip, sending Hyun stumbling and causing wine to spill on her expensive dress. Jaina, exuding authority, coldly called for more wine, then poured it over Hyun in front of the stunned crowd. As whispers spread, Hyun remained composed, sarcastically questioning Jaina's behavior. Jaina declared that dating Doan wouldn't protect Hyun from her wrath. Angered, Hyun tried to retaliate, but the staff intervened, revealing that Jaina was the event's host. Humiliated, Hyun was escorted out. The next day, Doan confronted Jaina about her actions. She dismissed his concerns with sarcasm, warning him to abandon his relationship with Hyun. Meanwhile, a video of the incident went viral, further isolating Hyun. In her desperation to repay the cost of the ruined dress, she approached a stranger to sell personal belongings. A receptionist mistook the scene for exploitation and stepped in, later driving Hyun home out of kindness. Determined to pay her debts, Hyun explored every avenue, but options were scarce. Scholarships were months away, and part-time jobs were unavailable for non-university students. Her struggle was compounded by relentless harassment from Jaina, who offered to cover the cost if Hyun quit school. Given a week to decide, Hyun wrestled with the tempting proposal. One day, Doan offered to accompany her to school. However, his focus was on identifying the true culprit behind her misfortunes. Misunderstanding his intentions, Hyun asked him for financial help, which infuriated him. Feeling betrayed, she revealed she couldn't expose the truth due to a contract with the principal. Still, she hinted that the perpetrator was a woman, though she hadn't seen her face clearly in the dark. Amidst the chaos, Hyun found solace in a new friend, Xian, who often invited her to lunch. Curious about Hyun's financial struggles, Xian introduced her to a wealthy yet introverted student known for his billionaire father. Hoping to make money, Hyun met with him. His unsettling demands, including cosplay photos and more, pushed her boundaries. Yet, desperate to repay her debt, she endured his degrading requests. At the same time, Jaina faced her own turmoil when her stepmother unexpectedly arrived at school. The sight of her infuriated Jaina, who accused her of ulterior motives tied to her father's assets. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Jaina broke down, but Hyun stepped in, diffusing the tension. Despite Jaina's arrogance, Hyun offered her support, only to be met with harsh words. In a dramatic twist, Hyun earned enough money to settle her debts and confronted Jaina. Throwing the cash at her, Hyun declared she would remain in school until graduation, reclaiming her dignity with newfound determination. Hyun coldly warned that from that moment on, no one should mess with her, declaring that no one was scarier than she was. The next day, she returned to school, unscathed and earning admiration from her classmates. She was the first person to survive Jaina's wrath. Just as things seemed to be settling down, Doan approached her, declaring he'd do anything she asked. Hyun was confused. She wasn't scared of Jaina anymore, so there was no reason to keep pretending to be Doan's lover. But Doan, revealing his father was a powerful and dangerous figure, threatened her what if he discovered she'd cheated on him. Furious, Hyun stormed off. Not far from there, an anonymous message arrived. A secret recording of Hyun changing clothes had been sold for profit. Devastated, Hyun wandered the school halls in despair until Xian appeared, only making things worse. Their close interaction caught Jaina's attention, sparking discomfort. That evening, while studying, Hyun noticed the stranger's handwriting resembled Xian's. Could Xian have been manipulating her all along? Xian's dark past started to unravel. Her family's bankruptcy had led to mockery from her peers. Consumed by bitterness, she lashed out, even beating up a classmate who insulted her. Jaina intervened, delivering a slap as a warning, saying friends should remain equals. Ironically, it was Xian who had once taught Jaina this lesson. From then on, animosity brewed between them, with Jaina continuously suppressing Xian. Driven by revenge, Xian befriended Hyun to use her as a pawn against Jaina. Desperate to find the leaked video, Hyun rushed to the ER room, but Xian had hidden it elsewhere. When Xian entered, Hyun confronted her, demanding answers. Xian laughed, calling them alike. She accused Hyun of sneaking into school illegally and killing someone for a uniform. Hyun protested, claiming it was a coincidence she was there that day, but Xian revealed the truth. The real killer was Jana. Even Doan began to suspect Jana. That night, Jana met the victim on the rooftop, realizing they had filed a complaint against her. Worse, they knew about her father's affair with a teacher. Enraged, Jana lost control. Hyun, however, doubted Jana's guilt, suspecting a setup. She begged Xian for the video, but Xian offered a deal. If Jana appeared on the rooftop, the video would be erased forever. Later, Jana spotted Hyun crying by the roadside and stopped to ask why. Hyun lamented how both she and the victim had tragic fates. Jana assured her she was different but warned her to be wary of Xian. Meanwhile, Doan promised to expose the killer if Hyun helped him. Together, they uncovered hidden recordings and illegal hard drives. That night, Hyun reviewed the footage and was stunned to see the victim with the curly-haired boy. She connected it to a necklace the victim had given her before dying. The next day, Xian confronted Hyun, smirking as she threatened to leak Hyun's clip online. Xian admitted she was using the victim to get back at Jana and advised Hyun to stop digging into the truth. During a party celebrating the curly-haired boy's relationship, Hyun noticed his girlfriend wearing the same necklace the victim had given her. Curious, she asked about it, but Jana dismissed it as an exclusive item. Drunk and losing control, Jana accused Doan of leaving her for the victim and hinted at dark secrets. In a fit of anger, she revealed that the curly-haired boy had an affair with the victim. Chaos erupted, with Doan attacking the curly-haired boy. Hyun later invited Jana to her home, finally revealing the truth. The real killer was the curly-haired boy's jealous girlfriend, who had accidentally pushed the victim during a heated argument. That night, Xian summoned Hyun to the rooftop, threatening to leak her clip if she didn't comply. As Xian prepared to upload the video, a shadowy figure appeared behind her. Moments later, Hyun arrived at school, only to hear a loud noise. She froze in horror, finding Xian lying unconscious in front of her. The movie ends here, leaving us with more questions than answers.